Hey guys, what's up? Robert Romero here. Hey, I get a lot of questions on my diet and in particular carb cycling. And so I thought I would create this video in order to kind of share the information as far as what carb cycling is and how you can use it and apply it into your diet. So without further ado, let's get started. So, what is carb cycling? Well, carb cycling is an approach to dieting where you increase and decrease carbohydrates on specific days in order to lose body fat and while retaining your muscle. So basically what this does is it allows you to keep your muscle and lose body fat. And from my experience in using carb cycling, it's extremely effective in doing this. And I use it in conjunction with intermittent fasting, and I think with both of those combined, it's extremely effective in doing so. So, what would a basic implementation of carb cycling look like? Well, basically, this is an example of what a basic implementation would look like. Now, there's a lot of different ways to do it. There's a lot of different days of the week in which you have your low carb and your high carb days, but this is sort of an example of one, and this is actually the one I use. So basically, let's go into detail what it is. So basically, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday are low carb days. So now when I say low carb days, you're basically consuming mostly protein and vegetables. So your carbohydrates that you do get are going to be primarily from vegetables. So that would be your low carb day. That's what it would consist of. Wednesday would be your high carb day. And so that is the day that you want to consume more carbs. Now, it's not a free-for-all. So on those days, you wouldn't want to go eat a pizza or eat a lot of stuff that's probably not good for you, like French fries and stuff like that, or not going to fit into your diet. On those high carb days, you're basically consuming brown rice, oatmeal, and potatoes. Things of that, some wholesome food, wholesome carbohydrates on those days. And then after Wednesday, then Thursday, Friday would be back to low carb day, and then Saturday a high carb day. So basically, this is my implementation, and this is an example of one. And you would need to choose, if you decided to follow carb cycling, an implementation that works for you. As an example, I chose Saturday as a high carb day because you really don't want to be out with your friends or with family or something like that, and to be on this restrictive diet. You want to have a little fun. You still got to live a little, and so that's why I chose Saturday as my high carb day, as I can eat a little bit more, and that works well. And you've got to take that into consideration when implementing a plan on taking those into consideration as well. You don't want to be that person on the sidelines that's just grumpy and is not eating carbs. So why carb cycle? Well, carb cycle is an efficient and effective way at retaining muscle and while burning fat. And so if that's your goal and that's what you want to do, then carb cycling along with intermittent fasting is extremely effective in doing so. So basically, carb cycling, what it does is it spikes leptin levels, and that is the fat burning hormone. So that's the hormone in your body that burns fat, and carb cycling will spike that, so increasing your fat burning. It also increases insulin, which is used for muscle building. So at the same time, you're going to maintain your muscle, your mass, and you're going to decrease in your body fat. So why does carb cycling work? Well, on the high carb days, you're going to spike your metabolic rate and increase fat burning. So basically, your high carb days, you're going to spike your metabolic rate and increase your fat burning, while on low carb days, you'll yield an increase in fat burning, because what you'll do is you'll decrease your carb intake and your metabolic rate is still running at a higher rate. And what is it burning? It's burning fat. So basically, once it starts to adjust down, as your body, it's really smart, it's going to think that you're in starvation mode and it's going to want to adjust down, then you bring it back up again on your next high carb day and bring your metabolic rate back up, and then start doing that same cycle again and burning your fat. And so it's extremely effective at doing that. This is kind of a graph on what it would look like during the week. And as you can see, high, it'll start to reduce and then go back up high. So basically, you're kind of tricking your system into burning more fat. So carbohydrate sources. Okay, once again, on your low carb days, you're basically going to want to only get carbohydrates from vegetables. So you're not gonna eat any additional carbs on those days. So you're going to want to be under 40 grams of carbs in a day, and all of that is going to be from vegetables. On your high carb day, you're going to be at about 300 grams of carbohydrates, and that primarily, though, is going to be from additional rice, potatoes, oatmeal, and veggies. So basically, what that is going to be is sort of like a recovery day. It's actually going to increase the insulin stores in your muscles. And so you're going to feel really good, and you're going to feel really strong and energetic when you're eating on those carb days. And in those low carb days, that's where all the fat burning is taking place. But those can be more challenging when you're eating when you're eating almost no carbs just from veggies. It's not that easy. You'll be hungry. You're probably not going to be in the best mood sometimes. So you definitely got to take into consideration all of this when coming up with the schedule, or even attempting to take on something like carb cycling. But I can tell you guys, from my experience, it works great when it comes to reducing your fat and maintaining your muscle. I've been using it now for about 3 months, and the results are great. And so I'm still doing it, and I'm still getting results from it. And it's not easy, but it's definitely effective. So take this into consideration. This might be something that you would be interested in, that would help you. And if it is, give it a try. And if you have any questions, just put them in the comments below, and I will be sure to answer them. And good luck. And I will see you guys next time on the next video. I have more videos to come. If you found this information useful, please like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And keep smiling, everybody, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.